Have you ever really, and I mean really, looked at a plant? Not just glanced at it, but actually seen the incredible design in every single leaf and petal? Well, today we're going to explore the master plan behind flowering plants, their morphology, which is just a fancy word for their form and structure. And we're going to see how every single part is engineered for one thing: survival. All right, let's get into it. And it's a fantastic question, right? Because plants aren't just kind of sitting there passively growing. Nope. They are following a very precise and incredibly efficient master plan. From the deepest, darkest root tip all the way up to the most vibrant, sun-catching flower, every single piece is a strategic move in the game of life. Every structure we're about to look at is a solution to a problem, a tool for thriving. So, here's our game plan for today. We'll start with the big picture, the overall strategy. Then, we'll literally journey from the ground up. We'll dig into the hidden world of roots, climb up the stem, explore those little solar-powered factories we call leaves, admire the main attraction, the flower, and finally, see how plants make sure their legacy lives on. At its heart, the master plan for any flowering plant is actually beautifully simple. It's a tale of two systems. You've got everything below ground, that hidden network, which is the root system. Its job? To anchor the plant and slurp up water and nutrients. Then you have everything that reaches for the sky. The stem, leaves, flowers, that's all part of the shoot system. It's a simple division of labor, but the complexity inside is just amazing. And this sense of wonder isn't new. This quote is from Catherine Esau, a total legend in the world of botany. Her work was so important, they called it the Webster's of plant biology. Her fascination just reminds us that we're not just looking at dry science here. We're appreciating a world of absolutely incredible and often early surprising diversity. All right, let's start our journey underground in the hidden world of the root system. Now, this is way more than just an anchor. It's a lifeline. Its main jobs are 1, to grip the soil, holding that plant steady against wind and rain. 2, to actively seek out and absorb all the water and minerals it can find. And 3, in a lot of cases, to act like a pantry, storing up food for later. Now, roots basically come in two main designs, and this is where we first meet a really big deal in the plant world, the split between dicots and monocots. So on the left, you've got the taproot system, which you see in dicots, like a mustard plant. There's one main, thick root that drills way down deep. Then on the right, you have the fibrous root system, which you'll find in monocots like wheat. It's this dense, tangled mess of roots near the surface. Remember this dicot/monocot thing, because it's going to keep popping up. And then you've got the rule breakers, adventitious roots. These guys are the rebels. They just sprout from wherever they want, like the stem or even the leaves. Think about a huge banyan tree. You know those thick, ropey things that hang down from the branches? Yeah, those are adventitious roots, providing extra support. It's a brilliant adaptation. Okay, moving above ground now, we meet the stem. Think of it as the plant's skyscraper, providing the structure to lift everything up towards the sun. But it's also a super highway, zipping materials all over the place. The key things to spot here are nodes, that's where the leaves pop out, and internodes, which are the stretches of highway in between. And this really drives home just how much the stem does. It's not just sitting there. It's a bustling highway, pulling water up from the roots, shipping the sugary food made in the leaves down to everyone else, and sometimes it even stores that food or helps the plant make copies of itself. It's a true multitasker. And now we arrive at the engine of the plant, the leaf. This flat green thing is basically a solar-powered food factory. Its entire design, that broad, flat part and the little stalk holding it up, is perfectly optimized for one main job: capturing as much sunlight as it possibly can to make energy. Okay, check this out. The veins in a leaf are its plumbing, and the pattern they make is like a secret code. Dicots, remember them? They usually have this beautiful web-like network of veins. Monocots, on the other hand, have veins that run in neat, straight, parallel lines. It's such a simple visual clue, but it tells you so much about what kind of plant you're looking at. This brings up a pretty interesting design problem. If a plant's got a bunch of leaves, how does it make sure they all get a slice of the sunny pie and don't just shade each other out? Well, the answer is in a precise, programmed arrangement that is anything but random. And of course, there's a fancy scientific term for this brilliant strategy: phyllotaxy. All it means is the pattern that leaves are arranged in on the stem. This isn't about looking pretty. It's a crucial survival tactic to squeeze every last drop of energy out of the sun. You'll generally see 3 common patterns out there. In the alternate type, you get one leaf at each node, kind of spiraling up the stem. In the opposite type, a pair of leaves grow directly across from each other. And in a world setup, you get a whole bunch of leaves radiating out from one spot, like spokes on a wheel. Each one is a different solution to the same problem. So cool! And now we get to the main event, the flower. It's obviously the most eye-catching part of the plant, but it is so much more than just a pretty face. It is a highly sophisticated piece of reproductive machinery. It's actually a modified shoot, where the stem got squished down and the leaves transformed into all these intricate parts, all for the single goal of making the next generation. A typical flower is built in 4 layers, or whorls, kind of like Russian nesting dolls. On the very outside, you have the calyx, which protects the bud. Then you've got the corolla. Those are the showy petals that act like a giant billboard for bees and butterflies. And right in the middle are the reproductive parts, the male andrecium and the female gynoecium. It's a beautifully organized system. But wait, it gets even more detailed than that. If we could zoom in on a flower bud before it opens, we'd see another layer of incredible precision. How in the world are those petals and sepals packed so perfectly together inside that tiny little space? Well, that precise arrangement has a name too, estivation. It just describes the way the flower parts overlap, or don't, while they're packed in the bud. Think of it like floral origami. It's this hidden detail that tells botanists a whole lot about what family a plant belongs to. You've got a few main types, like valvate, where they just touch at the edges, or twisted, where they overlap in a spiral. The key takeaway here isn't to memorize the names, but to realize that this packing is a highly ordered pattern. Nothing is left to chance. So after the flower has done its beautiful job and pollination happens, the plant's mission shifts. Now it is all about securing the future. It's about protecting and sending out the next generation. And this is where fruits and seeds take center stage. And here's that amazing transformation. The ovary of the flower, which held the little ovules, matures and ripens into the fruit, which acts as a protective case. And inside, those ovules transform into seeds, and each one is carrying a tiny little baby plant, a complete blueprint for the next generation. And just like we saw with the roots and the leaves, the seeds show us that fundamental split again, dicots versus monocots. Dicot seeds, like a bean, have 2 little seed leaves that act like a packed lunch for the baby plant. Monocot seeds, like a corn kernel, only have 1. It sounds like a tiny detail, but it's one of the most basic ways we categorize the entire flowering plant world. So there you have it. We've gone from the hidden anchor in the soil, up the stem's superhighway, through the leaf's solar factory, and we've seen the incredible reproductive machine that is the flower. We've seen that nothing is arbitrary. Every part, every pattern, is part of an elegant and efficient blueprint for life. And that's really the point, isn't it? This isn't just stuff for a textbook, it's a brand new way to see the world around you. So the next time you're outside, I want you to look at the plants with new eyes. You now have the tools to start reading their stories. What secrets do you think they're going to reveal to you?